Here we go. Stand by, please. Rolling on 6. On
You're
6.
quite good.
Yeah, here we go. Welcome to a Short Shots episode of the Celebrity Archaeology Podcast, a 5-minute wrap-up of yesterday's stars, sponsored in part by the Built on Dreams Media Network and contributions from listeners like you. I'm your host, Adam Scull. If this is the first time listening to our podcast, welcome. If you're a returning listener, thanks for coming back. My goal is to help preserve the cultural heritage of celebrity photography from decades past for the benefit of future generations. Pull up a comfortable chair, hang out with me, and have a great time reminiscing about your favorite film and TV stars. The glamorous Joan Collins, photographed in 1982 by Adam Scull. The beauty was born in 1933 in London, England. With more than 50 B movie roles under her belt, it would be a television role that would make her a star. Joan was touted as 20th Century Fox's answer to Elizabeth Taylor, the other brunette beauty. She was put under contract, but would never attain the top roles like Taylor. Her first film role came at age 19, and she continued with a steady acting career in film and television. Star Trek fans of the original series will remember her as Edith Keeler in the episode called The City on the Edge of Forever, which aired in April 1967. Kirk travels back in time and falls in love with Edith Keeler, played by Joan Collins, but in an interesting twist, he realizes that in order to save his future, he must allow her to die. But it was her role as the bitch Alexis Carrington on the primetime soap Dynasty that propelled her into star status. Dynasty producer Aaron Spelling said of her, "We didn't write Joan Collins. She played Joan Collins. Am I right? We wrote a character, but the character could have been played by 50 people, and 49 of them would have failed. She made it work, and she did." With Joan's entry onto season 2 of Dynasty, the show took the #1 spot away from Dallas. Joan's beauty has never faded. At age 18, photographers named her the most beautiful girl in the world, and when she starred in Dynasty, TV Guide named her the most beautiful woman on television. At age 50, she had a 12-page photo layout in Playboy magazine. Many guest appearances on TV and roles on Broadway have continued, and it was just announced in April 2018 that she has joined the cast of the American Horror Stories Season 8. Joan kept the Hollywood gossip mill busy with her hunky dates that included former fiancé Warren Beatty, her co-star Harry Belafonte, Elizabeth Taylor's former husband, Nicky Hilton, and Ryan O'Neal. She has been married to husband number 5, businessman Percy Gibson, since 2002. He is 32 years her junior. Husband number 1 was actor Maxwell Reed, who she said abused her. Number 2 was singer-songwriter Anthony Newley. Ron Cass, an executive with Apple Records, was her third husband. Peter Holm, a long-haired Swedish singer, was husband number 4. She describes the whole marriage as menopausal lunacy. Joan is the mother of 3 children, daughter Tara Newley, son Sasha Newley, and daughter Katie Cass. Joan wrote of her vigil while Katie was recovering from an automobile accident. She suffered a skull fracture and injuries to her brainstem. In 1982, Joan was given the British designation Dame Joan Collins for her service to charity. She has supported foster children in India and since 1983 has contributed generously to the International Foundation for Children with Learning Disabilities. In 1988, she was presented with the foundation's highest honor for her continuing support. In 1988, the Joan Collins wing of the Children's Hospital of Michigan opened. She has also been a patron of the Shooting Star Hospice for terminally ill children since 2005. Joan is also the author of 4 memoirs, including Past Imperfect from 1978, Katie, A Fight for Life in 1982, Second Act in 1996, and Passion for Life in 2013. She has also revealed her beauty and lifestyle secrets in a number of publications. Her sister is the late romance novelist Jackie Collins. It's time to say goodbye. Thanks for joining me today for the Celebrity Archaeology Podcast, brought to you in part by the Built on Dreams Media Network. I hope you have found the content I've shared memorable and enjoyable. Be sure to visit celebrityarchaeology.com to see many of our photos and pick up the link to the podcast. Love this episode of the podcast? Head over to iTunes to subscribe so you're always up to date on the latest episode. Rate and leave a review and tell your friends about this podcast. We appreciate your iTunes review. It's so valuable to a content producer leaving a 5-star rating and/or a written review. If you would like to be a guest on the podcast and get in front of thousands of listeners, send an elevator pitch email to me at celebrityarchaeology@gmail.com. Join us next time for the Celebrity Archaeology Podcast and learn about the lives of your favorite celebrities.